Hello everyone, this is Captain Kyle. I'm here with another costume review. And oddly, it's also a Star Wars one. However, in this case, it is not Han Solo. I am actually going to show you the cosplay Sky Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Prequel Trilogy costume. I understand a lot of people aren't exactly thrilled with the Prequel Trilogy. That's alright. There were parts that I definitely didn't like. Misa could name a few, but Obi-Wan Kenobi was very cool. Ewan McGregor did an awesome job with what he had, and I thought he was very cool, and I liked his costume. Now, obviously, I'm not actually in costume, but the reason I'm not in costume is because it is a very interesting way of putting on the costume, and I wanted to show you step by step what it's like to put it on. Now, I am wearing boots. They're cosplay boots that I got just for actually another costume, and I got better boots for that one, so cosplay, it's about recycling. Anyway, so this is the base. The pants that I'm wearing came with the costume. They actually have front pockets, no back pockets. They have belt loops, so you can put a nice belt on because the costume is going to be covering it up. Doesn't really matter what kind of belt you wear. I like to wear a brown t-shirt that I bought underneath my Jedi outfits, just because it kind of blends in, makes sense. So the first parts of the costume, let me show you that. So this is the first part. It is a under tunic, short sleeve, put it on. Kind of crosses over, just an under tunic. Makes me feel like a futuristic guy from Logan's Run. So that's part one. Next part, another layer. So this is the next layer. Now this is kind of a smooth, almost feels like a little bit of a polyester blend. This one is a little bit more of like a canvas. It gets more of that Jedi feeling. For some reason, even though they were in a very futuristic society, they wore like burlap. I don't get it. But it kind of has that burlap, almost texture. So it kind of fits in well. All right, now this next part is interesting. So you have these two strips of fabric, which what they're supposed to do is go over your shoulder, dangle down about the same length in the front or the back. Really depends on, you can move it around if you want. So there's that part. Then there's this one. Almost a little bit of a samurai type feel to having these strips over the shoulder. Then there's another piece of fabric that goes around the center. Voila, this is that piece of fabric. It has Velcro. So what you can do is wrap it around all these layers. Velcro it. Now, if the Velcro doesn't match up perfectly, you're moving it to the back, and you're going to be usually wearing something over it, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm going to just twist this around to the back. Ta-da! Straighten out my things a little bit. And here I am, I'm almost into the whole Jedi thing. Now, there is another belt that goes around this piece of material. So I'm going to just make sure that's straight. And there's actually two choices in belts. This is the belt that comes with the costume. It has a Velcro connection. It does have this nice little pouch on it that you can put things in, like business cards. So you can strap that around the center and Velcro it in the back. And again, if it doesn't match up perfectly, you're going to be wearing a robe more than likely over it. But this looks pretty cool. It's got a nice design. Straighten that out a little bit. However, there is another option. This is kind of a thin pleather. It's not, and it's got this little magnetic clip pouch on it, but it doesn't have that full leather look. You can get an upgraded belt, which I actually got even before I got the costume. So I'm going to show that one to you now. This is the upgraded one. It has these metal pieces here, very similar front piece, and instead of Velcro, it actually snaps together using a clasp system, where you put this inside here and you snap it together. So what I'm going to do is similar to what I did with this piece here, is I'm going to snap it in the front and then move it around to the back. So this goes inside. And then twist it around so that the front part is where it should be. And now you are with the little bit better quality belt. They don't look that different, but there is a slight quality difference. We now have the full Jedi robe. Now before I put that on, I do want to note that the way this is constructed, sometimes these can flop over onto your arms until you actually have the robe on. So if you decide to walk around without it, you might need to pull down on occasion, keep them taut. But let me put on the robe and you can see the full effect. Alright, so here I am with the robe on. Now this robe has these ties. I've never seen Obi-Wan tie them. However, it's great for when you're hanging up the robe, you can tie them so it doesn't pull off the hanger. So you might want to just tuck them inside your sleeves. If you want, you can of course trim them off. That's really up to you. I'm just going to tuck them in here, bring the robe over my head, and the little adjustment I can see. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be Obi-Wan or if I'm supposed to be Luke on a lonely island off somewhere in space, but anyway. Overall, I enjoy the costume. The boots did not come with it. Again, I upgraded the belt, but it is a very good costume for walking around as a Jedi. And if you really don't like these things, you can dispense with them. There's other variations that you can do. So here is a back view of the costume. Not very interesting with the robe on, but if you remove the robe, it looks pretty cool. Of course, you might want to have a friend adjust the Velcro to make it look a little better. The costume itself is $99. There is a coupon code of Captain Kyle 10, which you can use on your next order if you have not used it before. That coupon code will give you 10% off. The upgraded belt is $35, and the coupon code will apply to that as well. And of course, you can't really be a Jedi without a lightsaber. So get yourself a nice lightsaber. This one happens to be an Ultra Saber that I bought. It was actually quite inexpensive. I would ordinarily not do that because it would cut through my hand if this was real. But this one does not make noise. But I've actually done some combat with it. Not too hard, of course. Don't try it, Anakin! I have the high ground! Only a master of evil, Darth. Oh wait, that's later. Not quite old enough for that yet. You were supposed to be the chosen one! You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them! Though I'm not sure how that brings balance to the Force, because at the end of the movie there were 2 Jedi and 2 Sith that kind of balance. Anyway, Sith Lords are our speciality. And you can tell everybody that this is your song. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's an entirely different movie that he was in. So anyway, I enjoy the costume. Sometimes I wear a different robe. I do have the Think Geek robe that I wear on top instead. It's a little more canvasy looking. This is a little smoother, a little thinner. Really up to you which robe you want to wear if you have an extra, but this is a very serviceable robe. And of course you can throw it off so that you can fight General Grievous. Overall, I'm going to say this costume is a great value for the price. Comes with a lot of pieces. It looks pretty spot on. Not quite the exact shade as the costume he wore, but then again, you might again want to be a different Jedi. And people pretty much recognize you as Obi-Wan if you talk like this and have a beard. Even if you don't have the beard, you can get that little, braid in the back of your hair if you want. Clip one in, whatever you'd like. It might not get you into the Rebel Legion, but for going around at a con and having fun, I'd say it's pretty good. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments, please put them below. At some point, I might do another Star Wars related costume review. I'm trying to think of the character to do. It'll come to me. Alright, maybe I'll see you at a con, dressed as a Jedi. I'll be a Jedi, we could fight. Unless, of course, we see some Sith, then we can fight them. But in the meantime, of course, have fun and cosplay on. Thank you for watching. We hope you liked this video. Do you want us to review or show the build on another costume? Comment below and let us know. Check out these other videos in the meantime, and don't forget to subscribe!